Alright, I'm ready. Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Kevin and Makael. We are back with the new video. I hope you guys enjoyed your week. I'm in my regularly scheduled outfit. Bitch, you didn't have to look at me like that on Monday's video.
How did I look at
Because
you?
you tried it.
How did I look at you?
Bitch, you knew how you looked at me. Let's not go there. You just gave me a very shady look. And then I had a nip slip. You know,
how was any shady look I gave you on Monday any different from any shady look I've been giving you for, let's say, 8 years?
He tried it today. But he's not going to try it.
That must have been a shady look.
Baby.
Because you pointed that one out like 8 years?
Yeah, I noticed it, but I said, I'm going to keep it in here. And then everybody was like, bitch, get to that 28-second mark.
Which one was it? The 28 seconds?
You was looking at me funny the whole time. Even when I was getting dressed.
Because I was trying to figure out what look you were going for.
Yeah, I was going to dress up.
Well, I was trying to figure out if you were going
and then
as a
some
clown.
people was like, oh, don't do it, girl. Then they was like, oh, well, I don't think you look like the Undertaker. Bitch, did you see my full costume?
No,
because
they didn't see it.
I was not wearing that hot-ass leather coat in this room.
Oh, yeah, there was a leather... Oh, wow. You think I gave him a look? Here, so the look I gave him. Because somebody asked me, I posted you on my Snapchat, and somebody asked me at work, why did Kevin have on those leather pants? Because you didn't have the costume on, you just had the leather pants on with your wife beater and nothing else. And I said, oh, that was a part of his costume. You have to see his costume. Like, he wasn't just walking around wearing leather pants.
Yeah, because that's not even me.
That's not even him. But, yeah, yeah.
But for me, that was fun. I'm looking forward to dressing up next year. Halloween is going to be on a Tuesday. I don't know how we're going to do that. How do y'all do it? Like,
well, Halloween was on a Monday this year.
Yeah, but I mean, then it's going to be like the day is getting earlier, too early to celebrate Halloween. So you're going to have to celebrate Halloween a couple days after November.
Well, to me, it feels like people celebrated Halloween on Saturday rather than Monday.
And it was hard.
Because my whole timeline was filled with people going to Halloween parties, dressed up, and I mean, all over the country. Not just in Philly, but all over the country. People was going to Halloween. So I felt like, well, damn, is today Halloween? And then once Monday came, it was like Monday was for the kids. Yeah. Because all the adults. Wait, I want a piece of candy.
I knew you was going to see it. That's why I tried to hide.
Bitch,
give me the strawberry.
Why would you try to hide this from me? You
considering what's going on, you can have it.
Yes.
You can have it.
There's a lot going on.
Yes. So Makael has to leave early. Don't judge us, okay? I'ma still continue on. But
family emergency.
Yeah, it really is. What I was gonna say, Halloween was cute. We gave, well, not us, because by the time we came downstairs, half the shit was gone. My sister gave out all the stuff. She was really mad at me. She came home later that night. Totally off.
Why?
She was mad at you too.
Well, I know she was mad at me.
I had to do all the work. Well, and it wasn't on purpose.
No.
I just like, no, Makael can't go home. We're going to record first and then.
But Nina likes to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, she really does.
And I'll be very honest with you. On Monday, I had a very bad headache. So when I got here and I pulled up, that's when I remembered the school supplies. Because I had totally forgot about all of that. Like, because you know, usually I take some with me. I didn't even take none with me because I completely forgot about it. But Nina was
for his church, by the way.
Yeah, for my church. But Nina was manning the fort like she was cooking. And I thought, okay, well, she got everything under control. Then she called us for telling me off here on theater before I came up here, as I didn't tell you.
Today?
No, not today.
Oh, okay.
The day on Halloween. Because she asked me, did Kevin tell you about going to the market to go get burgers? I said, Nina, I just walked through this door and I just got off an 8-hour shift. Do I look like a taxi cab? You ain't have to say it like that. I said, well, let me just say something. Yeah, she was. You ain't have to say it like that. I said, well, Nina, y'all been in here all day. You gonna wait for me?
No, we wasn't waiting for you. I was waiting for her, actually. Well, because I figured she was the one that was gonna go to the market.
Well, you know, Nina, when nobody else is around, she flips the script. Because put it all on you. Hold on. This is my mouth.
Oh, God.
Hello? Oh, well, what happened? Oh, a stroke. Yeah, I know that because Mika told me, but she said last week he had a heart attack. So you saying he had a stroke now?
Excuse me.
Oh, alright. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna go tomorrow. Okay.
You alright?
Yeah. Yeah. I just need to know what was going on. But he's going to I just got a headache. Getting an operation. Surgery.
So, that's what I was talking about. But,
Yeah.
moving along, I want to give a happy birthday. Shout out to my mother. Today is her 71st birthday. And, you know, you always can't buy her nothing. You got to give her a couple dollars. But she didn't know that I had sent some flowers to the house. I sent some flowers here and some balloons and everything. And I kept trying to find out why 100 Flowers didn't tell me that they were sending them. They was like, we got your order. But I'm like, well, did it go through and everything?
When does it come in?
Yeah. So I didn't want to go downstairs yet. So when I came downstairs, the flowers was there, Amber was downstairs and everything. And she was just so excited and happy. Like, she was really happy about that. Besides the other stuff that she got. You know what I'm saying? So,
finally,
yes, I'm just happy that today's my mom's birthday. She's 71. She's had, so far, the start to her 70s has just been a bad start, considering how, last year and everything we've been going through this year. I'm just happy that my mom is still here, because she's been in and out the hospital a couple times. Hopefully she don't go back. As long as she do what she's supposed to do. I'm just happy for my mom, and she will be on because I'm going to do the ancestry video with her. I haven't done that yet.
Did you tell her about you getting the results?
Yeah, I told her I got the results, but I never told her her results. And her results are a little bit different from mine.
And in our last video, when I was arguing with Kevin about him mentioning I was wrong.
Yeah, I told him.
He was right and I was wrong. I just, for some odd reason, thought you told me on this video.
And I want to give a shout out to King of Weir, who is Random Structure. Today is his birthday. Quadir, Down Sublime.
Ariel, your next door neighbor.
Ariel. Colin Kaepernick. I heard it's Stevie J's birthday and it's Jocelyn's birthday, but I'm not sure about that. Because she didn't tweet about it like it's my birthday.
Hold on.
Yeah, I heard somebody come up the steps. That's true. Yeah, so it's just everybody's birthday today. So shout out to all the Scorpios. And somebody wrote me on Instagram asking me to give one of their friends a shout out. I can't remember who they are, but it's only one person that wrote me on Instagram. So to your friend, if she's not your friend, she's your sister, whoever it is, I just want to say happy birthday to you. Shout out to all my Scorpios. I love all my Scorpios. And my birthday coming up is November 20th. Just for all those wondering. November 20th. It's a Sunday. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I really think Atlanta is in the cards. I really want to go. I want to go somewhere. I don't want to be here in Philly. And there's this new movie. I haven't got a chance to see it. It's coming out. It's called Moonlight. I've seen all these rave reviews about it. I didn't read it because I ain't want nobody to tell me what it's about. But I've seen the trailer already. And the movie comes out tonight. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it tonight, but I'm definitely going to go see it this weekend. And if you are, I'm not sure if it's in your city, but just check the Moonlight movie and go see the movie because everybody's raving about it. I know people mad about The Birth of a Nation. We'll get to that later. We'll get to that. But I want y'all to go see Moonlight because everybody I know have been raving about it. And I want to see it, so make sure y'all go see that. So, yesterday when I woke up, everybody was tweeting about Lil Wayne. Everybody has been going up about Lil Wayne since Tuesday at midnight. Nightline comes on. I don't watch Nightline.
Before you start, yes, Lil Wayne will be seated. I'm just waiting for I'm just waiting for my seater who does the seating for me to seat him. Okay, but he is being seated. I know a lot of people keep saying like,
too late.
Why is he not seated yet? Because I'm waiting. I don't actually seat them. I have an usher. Walks them to their seat. Okay,
I know that's right.
And I'm waiting for that usher to come out the bathroom. You can't get to your seat unless that usher walks you down that aisle. Okay,
put him in the front,
right
in the middle,
next to Donald Trump and Lester fucking halt.
I just want to say less than Nunu. But anyway, why is he there?
Wait, go to.
Oh no, don't do that. Hey Nunu. It's all the girls that know before they get to the blackout chat room.
Okay.
So Lil Wayne was doing an interview with Lindsay Davis of ABC, who followed me. I couldn't believe she followed me. She didn't retweet and like my tweet, but she followed me.
That's right.
Yeah, because I felt sorry for her. First of all, okay, I didn't watch the full interview. All I know is all I needed to see was that 1 minute clip of him talking about Black Lives Matter, how it doesn't affect him, how he doesn't care. His life matter to his bitches. And how it doesn't matter to him. But does it matter to you? I'm talking to you. Who me? Yes, to you. Doesn't matter to you. Like, he disrespected the interviewer. He disrespected the movement of Black Lives Matters. He disrespected black culture. He just disrespected everything. And I don't care what drug he was on, whatever the fuck he was on. Let me tell you what I got from that. My money is all that I care about. And these bitches that I fuck, that's all I care about. Not these women that I love and have children by, but these bitches. So he showed me that's how I think about women, and all he care about is his money. And because he has money, it makes him oblivious to all the things that go on with black people. And because a cop shoots somebody, obviously something was going down. That's not someone who's all the way there, especially for someone who's black. I could sit here and say, oh, I feel sorry, but no. He knew what he was talking about. He knew what he was saying. This was an unsober mind speaking a sober tongue, no matter what he was on. And I don't care what nobody said. You can't defend that. You can't. That's how he feels. He might have said Black Lives Matter sometimes, but sometimes he say fuck Birdman, and sometimes he say he love him. So I don't know what Lil Wayne I'm dealing with, or who we're dealing with. I don't know. But that's how he really feels, and that's just how I'm going to take it. And, you know, I can't support somebody like that. You see what's happening to our black people. First of all, they're scared of us because we're black. Then they shoot us first because we're black, and they think we got something. Then when we don't have something, they shoot us, they throw shit on us anyway. Because, oh, there's no camera there. But then, oh my God, look at God, because there was a camera. Walter Scott. Shout out to Walter Scott's family. And I feel sorry for them. And I know somebody that's connected to that. To him, a cousin. And, you know, the sad part is this lawyer is trying to say, oh, let's get the video thrown out because this is not what it really is. He was he shot him in self-defense. Right. So if he shot him in self-defense and we have a video, why wouldn't you show that video? Right. And I watch enough court shows to know if they got video evidence, bitch, it's going to be shown. And that judge, if he has a right mind, will not throw that out. And we seen him shoot him, cough back up, and plant something there. Plant a gun or plant something. But Lil Wayne, man, you have some great music. You had a great verse on Solange's album. I just thought, oh my God, I wish she could remove him. Like, I don't know how. Maybe do a remix with somebody else, but Solange's album talked about so much oppression on black people and just the things that women go through and she's gone through. For you to just say, like, you don't care about Black Lives Matter, you went against the whole movement of her sound. It's not a new sound. Of her sound and her movement and everything. I'm just disappointed in Lil Wayne. I don't know what else to say. People could call, I could sit here calling names. No. I'm just disappointed. I can't support him. And that's just how I feel. And I felt bad for the interview because, first of all, he was talking to a black woman right there. This is no white interviewer, not, you know, not knowing what's going on. I'm sure she's aware of what's going on to the black community. Right. That's a woman you're talking to. Bad enough we already getting on Donald Trump. And then here you go talking to her like that. I've never seen an interviewer abused like that. To me, he abused her. And the way he was speaking to her, fuck that. I only care about my motherfucking money and my motherfucking bitches and all. Like, really? Then he put out a half-ass apology. I'm sorry to the people who were offended. You offended everybody. You offended everybody that's a part of the Black Lives Matter movement. Everybody that cares about Black Lives Matter. And we're not talking about, oh, what about white lives? No. We're talking about the movement of Black Lives Matter against police brutality. Then you're going to tell me you're no fucking politician. You don't have to be a politician to have an opinion on what's going on with black people in your country where you live in. You know it's bad when other countries send out alerts saying, if you run into police officers, be careful of what you say to them.
Yes, they were. And if you run into other police officers while you're visiting the United States.
Yes, the United States.
Yes, they do.
A memo, a briefing, an alert travel note.
Yeah.
And you're going to say you don't give a fuck.
It's true.
Well, you know what? Just like a lot of people say, how about a lot of these black people don't give a fuck when you have a stroke? Or not a stroke, when you have some seizures you've been having. You be falling out and shit.
I just think it was ignorant. Now, you know, they were trying to say that, because I didn't watch the interview, the full interview.
Yeah, but
they were trying to say that he was a little agitated because the interviewer was asking him, would he like it if there were guys out there calling his daughter a bitch?
Yeah,
and I thought that was a fair question.
It is.
Because if you're a rapper out here and you're using the word bitch to describe women in your lyrics, in interviews or whatever the case may be, then yes, that's a fair question to ask. Why is it okay for you to call these other women bitches and degrade them, but it's not okay for guys to say that about your daughter? Which is not okay, but why do you feel like your daughter is exempt from being called a bitch and Joe Blow's daughter isn't? You know what I mean? So they said that he was a little agitated by that. But his response to the Black Lives Movement thing, now let me tell you something, I've said it before and I said it again. I have questioned the Black Lives Movement in the past, but never have I ever felt like they were ineffective or they didn't matter to me. There were things that I questioned that I wanted to understand and learn a little bit more about, but I never dismissed them as if they were something that just simply didn't matter or it wasn't a cause that was effective. Because I saw firsthand, just by watching the news, how effective they were, watching these white folks talk how scared they were of Black Lives Matter. And just saying how Black Lives Matter was anti-cop and anti-white.
And it's not.
And it's not. It's not that at all. But this is what people who didn't understand were making it out to be. And for Lil Wayne, in my opinion, to sit there and just dismiss it as if, oh, look, well, that ain't got shit to do with me because I make all this money. And like, come on. Like, at the end of the day, Lil Wayne, you are still a nigga to them cops that are trigger happy. Okay? Because at night, if you walking down the street with a hoodie on, they can't tell if you Lil Wayne or Jalil from 23rd and Diamond. They can't.
Yeah, shout out to the projects.
Okay?
Raymond Rosen.
Yes. They won't be able to tell if you a rapper or if you somebody stepping out one of them project homes. So, you know, humble yourself. I mean, I just thought that was such an ignorant thing to say. And we know Lil Wayne to be a very smart, intelligent man. Like, we know him to be smart.
He graduated with all A's.
But he doesn't, he's not showing it. Like, he's not showing it at all. I just didn't understand it. I didn't understand it. And I'm glad people, and you know, apparently yesterday he issued an apology. I never read the apology, but to me it's like he's only apologizing because people attacked his ass. He should have never actually said it in the first damn place. So there would be no apology. But that's the world we live in, and these are, Lil Wayne is one of the people that some of these people out here idolize. You know?
But I will say, Lil Wayne, you got a great album in the Carter 3. I will say that. Yeah, I still love it. But I don't know if I can support that. I can't give nobody no dollars that's acting like that. I can't. Not my money.
Goofy stuff like that. That's
not my dollars. Oh man, it's just crazy. So, speaking of this racism shit, Beyonce performed at the Country Music Awards last night. This is the 50th annual Country Music Awards. It's kind of like the Grammys of country music, or our Soul Train Awards for R&B music. We now give out awards for hip hop. The iron soul train. There's no soul in rap. There's no soul in hip hop.
Depending on who you ask, because people may say, look at Common. He's a hip hop artist.
He's hip hop.
Yeah.
He's no soul.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but Common is no Lil Wayne. But if you had to choose, that's just like people say with Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. Which one is the one that you least hate? And
I don't hate none of them.
No, you don't hate none of them. But there are people out there who don't like them. But they say if I had to vote for the one that I least dislike, it would be either Hillary Clinton because I hate.
Let me tell you something.
But what I'm saying to that effect is, if you had to choose,
we're gonna come back to Beyonce. Stay on.
If you had to choose Common or Lil Wayne, who was more soulful in hip hop, I think people would say, well, Common, because Common has never gone the route that Lil Wayne has.
I've never heard him talk nasty,
right,
or nothing like that.
Yeah, but I mean, I get what you said.
He's more of an intellectual.
Yeah, that can reach your soul,
your mind,
and your soul.
So speaking of Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, we'll come back to Beyonce because I know I don't want to make you a man yet. I just started watching. So Tuesday is election day. Okay, I don't know what states y'all can vote early in. Pennsylvania, you can't vote early. Tuesday is very important for every black person I know to go to the polls and vote. Everybody that's a person, basically, you should be going to the polls and using your voice. There's no such thing as, oh, my vote don't count, my voice don't matter. Everybody's vote counts in this election, and it's very, very important. This is the most important election. Either we're going to elect a dictator or we're going to elect someone who has failed at some things. You know, she's done something she shouldn't have done, but she knows the fuck she's doing. Or someone who has no idea what they're doing and run this country and run it as a dictator. Yeah. And something I watch on
the only exercise Donald Trump do is running his mouth and jump into conclusions.
And somebody on MSNBC, because I be watching Morning Joe. I stopped watching Good Day Philadelphia a little bit because I started watching Morning Joe. I love them. Michael Brzezinski and Joe Scarborough. I know y'all probably don't watch it, but I love it because it's them two, and I heard that they had an affair or whatever, allegedly had an affair, and now they're together, and then they got these other people on the team. Whatever the case may be, I like them. Have you heard about it?
Who? Well, first
you
of all,
don't even watch the show.
No. I was getting ready to say, who doesn't know Joe
and
Scarborough on MSNBC? Yes.
Yeah. So.
But.
Or is it Mika? Is it Mika?
No, I think it's Mika. But I was getting ready to say, who cares if they had an affair or not?
Yeah,
you gonna say you don't watch? No, I don't watch Morning Joe, but I do know Morning Joe. I actually used to watch Joe Scarborough when he used to have his own show on MSNBC a few years ago. But that was before I switched from MSNBC to CNN because that used to be my network. But then MSNBC started going in a different direction when they started getting new journalists and new anchors, and I was like, nah, I gotta go. And then they gave Al Sharpton his own show, and I was like, yeah, I really gotta go. So yes, I know exactly who you're talking about.
So Mika and Joe, they're my people, and then they be having they have different guests on every morning. I just love watching them. But someone that was on the show was saying, I would rather have a pilot that might, I'd rather have a pilot that knows what he's doing to fly the plane than someone try to pilot this plane and don't have no experience at all.
Exactly.
Piloting the plane.
Right.
And that's why I'm voting for Hillary Clinton.
Exactly.
So, I love that analogy because I can't have nobody I wouldn't want nobody like Donald Trump running this country.
Or flying the plane.
Yeah, and I think he really don't want this.
No, he don't
really want this.
He just want to see how far he can get.
And he's afraid of the embarrassment of what it would be if he would lose. So he might gain a couple of games because of James Comey, and he really tried it. Yeah, and everybody's letting him know. Nobody is against him. They're just upset. Why would you do something like this 11 days before
he may resign
election?
next week after the election. He may resign.
Yeah.
He just might resign. But I think it was very sneaky of him. First of all, I'm at the point now, I don't give a not only do I not give a fuck about these emails, I don't give a fuck about her staffers' emails.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yes.
I don't care. What did Hillary do? What did Hillary say?
Right.
Did Hillary say, nigga?
And y'all still ain't say what she said or did, other than that Benghazi situation. But we already know about that Benghazi situation. She's already apologized for that.
Yeah. But she's not the only Secretary of State or President. Well, she's not the President yet, but she's not the only one that had people die under her. 4 lives died. Yes, those lives matter. Okay? People died. It wasn't like she wasn't trying to get these people to help.
Right.
She was trying to, but she couldn't get them the help. And unfortunately, this happened in Benghazi.
Right.
But look at all the other presidents where so many people... Look at how many Americans died under President Bush because of this war. And I ain't seen nobody go off about that. They're not challenging him for that. You know, but since 4 people died, everybody's been going off on Hillary Clinton about this. This is not right. And it just feel like it really is the whole world, the whole United States, or everybody in the government against Hillary Clinton. She's not even the president yet. And there's already talks of her impeachment.
And she's not even president.
And making her wait 4 years to put another Supreme Court justice
that ain't gonna happen.
In the Supreme Court. But see, this is why it's very important that you fucking vote. And I'm sorry to have to say this that way. But some of you black people out there, because most of the people who watch the Scorpion Show is 90% black, 10% whatever else watch. Okay? You say that your voice don't matter. You keep doing what you're doing, and then these old ass people that's in Congress will stay there and keep making these bullshit ass laws and not doing their job. You got people saying that, oh, why is President Obama out there campaigning for Hillary Clinton when he should be worrying about what's going on in the White House? Well, wait a minute, bitch. Why did we put y'all in the Senate and in the House of Representatives, and if y'all not going to do your fucking job and work with the president? How dare you get upset? You say, oh, this is a lame duck season anyway. This, oh, like the last year of a term don't count. Last time I checked, a term is 4 years. And Obama leaves this bitch January 20th, 2017. I had to get the dates right. You know, but, so while y'all coming for Obama and what he's doing, he's out there doing his job. He done nominated Merrick Garland. He's in fucking limbo. And there's no talk if Hillary Clinton is going to put it on there. But you know what? Abortions are on the line this fucking November. And it's the truth. Gay marriage is on the fucking line. It's so much. And they want to put a Republican in. I don't know who's Republican, who's Democratic, who's independent on the Supreme Court. But you know what? Fuck the Supreme Court too. I think that they should have terms too. And they need to put some young people, or maybe like in their 40s to maybe 60 or something. Because old people are set in their ways about a whole lot of shit. They don't care about this new wave of America. They like shit the way they like it. That's why these old ass white Republicans, because there ain't no old ass black Republicans in there, they want shit to be, oh, this is the way
and where
it should be. In Congress. Now, there's not a lot of them.
No.
You got a few, but they black. They Democratic.
Yeah,
sorry.
About the Supreme Court.
No, ain't no, only one is Clarence Thomas, and he's white. That's an old white woman up there. So anyway, he only got in there because he was Republican. But they didn't care about when, what's her name came out.
He got in there because they want, you know who he came after?
Thurgood Marshall. Yes. So what?
And you know listen.
Oh yeah, I mean.
But you know Thurgood Marshall.
Because it's 2016, yeah. I'm saying so what, because it's like so much has changed.
But see, Thurgood Marshall did not want them to replace him with someone who was black simply because they were black. But that wasn't Thurgood Marshall's decision. George Bush Sr., who nominated Clarence Thomas, picked him. But, you know, since then, Clarence Thomas has only been since he's been appointed, he's been the only black judge on there. Now, I will say this. I don't necessarily know if I agree or disagree with you when you say that Supreme Court justices should only they should be termed. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, because I will say that yes, I do agree with you that a lot of them are older, but you gotta kind of remember that they weren't nominated or selected when they were old. They were picked when they were younger, like in their 50s or whatnot, and many of them have grown old on the court. But I will say this. Despite having all these old people on the Supreme Court, look at look at how they changed what's going on in this country with gay rights. Because a lot of people would have thought that old people wouldn't they wouldn't vote on this. But they did. And I think it was actually one Republican on the Supreme Court who actually voted for it as well. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I'm one of those young people that I am I don't want to say old. I am pro senior citizen to an extent. Like, you got a lot of senior citizens who a lot of people feel like they shouldn't be driving anymore. I'm one of those people that I'm like, no. I don't think senior citizens shouldn't be driving anymore. I think that they should be tested but listen.
Every year.
Yeah. But let them drive. If they can drive, let them drive. Because, you know, some senior citizens don't like to just sit at home and wait for somebody to come get them if they know how to still drive. But that's just what I wanted to say about that. But I mean, you know, I would like for...
But you want somebody on there with experience. You don't want them too young.
No, right.
Because you gotta have experience on cases.
Like, for instance, if I was a president and I had to nominate... If I was a president and I had to nominate a Supreme Court justice, and I had a 55-year-old that has experience and a 35-year-old who was just coming into the game and has only had experience on the court for like 5 years, but I have this 55-year-old who's been on the court for about 25 years. It's like, my mind, I'm going to kind of go with who I feel is the best for that job and a little bit more qualified to be on the Supreme Court. Like, I don't want to put nobody on the court who's just been there for 3 or 4 years.
It's hard because, for me, like, they are out of touch. It's kind of like how they were like, you know how we were like, this is the new wave of music. When we was coming up, yeah, this is our music. Y'all don't know nothing about music. All y'all talk about is fucking. But mind you, y'all was doing the same thing back in that time.
What do you think they're out of touch with?
A lot of Republicans are out of touch with
Republicans or the justices.
The justices. You know what? Let me tell you something. Not the justices. I'm talking about the Republicans. But I feel like they are old as hell. A lot of them, like some of them in their 70s. Ruth Bader Ginsburg is up. She's like in her 80s, right? She's up there. Like, we got,
I think
Sotomayor, she's in her 50s.
But Sotomayor just became a Supreme Court justice.
All right, maybe we should say...
remember, she was nominated by Obama.
Maybe we should say 45.
Should be the youngest.
Should be the youngest.
But you gotta find...
They'll be up there. They up there.
But see, I don't think... Well, I see what you're saying.
Till they die, that's too long.
No, or until they retire.
Yeah, till they die, they retire.
A part of me agrees. I mean, a part of me sees what you're saying.
And a couple of them leaving.
That's another thing, because Ruth Bader Ginsburg and I think Stephen Kennedy may be two that may be out the door. But I think that Ruth Bader Ginsburg is waiting to see if Hillary Clinton is going to become president. Because I think she may feel like, listen, if she don't become president, then bitch, I ain't leaving until the Democrat becomes president. Because we don't need another Republican on this court. But I mean, I have to give credit. I give credit to the justices because, listen, personally, President and Supreme Court Justice, I don't think those two jobs I wouldn't want. Because you have a lot on your plate. And you being a Supreme Court Justice, you are actually setting the laws for the entire land.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's why
I am tired.
I'm really getting tired of this Democratic versus Republican thing. And they've always been against, if you for this, then I'm against that. If you for that, I'm against that. That's bullshit. I need people with clear-headed minds. Y'all can work on some things and put limitations to it. You could put down what you agree for and then have your limitations on what you disagree on and move on from there. But when it comes to the Supreme Court, maybe they should get rid of Democratic judges and Republican judges and just put independent people thinking up there. Because to me, independent can either lean left or they can lean right, but they always in the middle.
But a president's not going to do that. And the reason
that's
why,
the horrible thing.
But see, the reason why a president, I don't necessarily think that's horrible. Because if you are a president, whether you are Republican or Democrat, and you have certain views, like for instance, President Obama, for example. If President Obama, those of us that follow President Obama, and we like his policies, and we like his way of doing things and his way of thinking, we want him to nominate somebody on the Supreme Court.
Because you want them to always going to vote on your side.
But not necessarily always vote on your side, but they're going to be the same. They're going to have the same ideals that you have. Why would President Obama nominate somebody out there? It just doesn't make sense, because then that means that the person that you're nominating is not going to agree with anything that you're trying to set forth, or that you feel like for instance, President Obama was for gay marriage. Now, what if you'd nominate somebody who wasn't for it? What then?
Yeah, but before he wasn't. But you know what?
Right, but then he changed
people got with the time, and I believe as you get older, your mind changes and it matures.
Right.
If you're not for gay marriage, don't marry gay people.
Well, look at all. Again, it was all those old people on the Supreme Court who voted for gay marriage.
Yeah. Was it 6-3 or 5-4?
It was when this was before Scalia died, so it's 9 justices. Right now it's 8. So I think it was 5-4. I think it was 5, and that 5th one was a Republican.
Yeah, but you know what? This is how they should do it. 3 Democrats, 3 Republicans, and 3 independents, and leave it like that. Or they could do 4 Democrats, 4 Republicans, and 1 independent. But some, the Republicans, they say Samuel Alito, who's still there, right? Oh, he's more of a Democratic than a Republican. So they get mad over dumb shit. This whole shit, the way things are, it's just, I blame myself. Because I blame myself because since last year, my nights have been glued to MSNBC, CNN, and occasionally Fox News. I love Rachel Maddow because she doesn't talk about the news stories of the day. She'll find some old history and tie it into what's going on today.
When I try.
Yeah. And Anderson Cooper, he'll go off for 2 hours about what's going on today. Don Lemon, he's found his black roots.
Yes, he has.
I will give it to him.
Yes, he has, because I stayed up until 10 now. Because before, I used to be like, I'm not watching him. Remember, a few years ago, he had lost his black heart with us. He was just like, this man is... But Don Lemon found his, and he's definitely pro-Hillary. Because he don't play with them Trump supporters.
But somebody who I like on MSNBC is Lawrence O'Donnell. Because he goes off at 10 o'clock. Right after Rachel.
Take this call.
So enough about the Three Stooges. About the Supreme Court. So Beyonce performed at the Country Music Awards last night. Now, before she performed at the Country Music Awards, nobody knew that she was performing. It came as a surprise that she was going to perform, and then I seen it on the Country Music Awards Twitter that Beyonce will be performing, and then it was on their Facebook and everything. And then I seen that Grape Juice, shout out to that Grape Juice, they had posted that Beyonce was going to perform, but they said a lot of people were upset. So I looked at those tweets, and mind you, they put their first names and last names all over that Grape Juice. So I mean, if you were a hater of Beyonce or a racist, then baby, they got you. And I mean, they was like, why the fuck would she perform there? She's not even country. Why? She's a cop-hating bitch. Not, they were just going off. All kinds of names, all kinds of slurs, all kinds of just mean, nasty things about Beyonce performing. I just want to let these white people know that are country music fans, music genres, most of them, all have started from black origins. And you need to read up on that and study that and know that. And a lot of things were taken from us and then tried to make into their own category, but the origins of that come from us, our people, our generations, our ancestors, not our generation, our ancestors. That's where it comes from. So before you pucker up your lips or pop your mouth to say something, remember where it originally came from. It came from us, our people. So don't do that. And Beyonce is not a cop hater. Beyonce was a cop hater. There she was as a cop. And if I Were a Boy video, do you ever remember that? She was a cop.
She's not a cop hater at all.
And we know
she's
that.
anti-bad cop.
Yeah, and stop shooting us.
Right.
She ain't got to lie about that. Stop fucking shooting us. That's not cop hating. So because I say stop shooting us, that makes me a hater of cops? No, bitch. Look at the situation first. Before you, when you wear that badge, if you are afraid of a black person, then you don't need to be a cop. Because you're going to shoot first and ask a question later or make up your own theory later. So come on now. But I'm not really surprised. We're talking about country folks. We're talking about country
Donald Trump,
folks.
Donald Trump supporters.
Yeah, the real bastard deplorables. You find they come out the woodworks. Don't do that. No, bitch, because I'm mad.
Don't do that.
They went off for 40 days and 75 nights. And they still going off. The Beyonce
After that amazing performance.
Yeah. They did a great job.
They did a great job.
They fucked up Beyonce's microphone a little bit.
But I missed that part because I didn't hear it.
Oh, her vocals is going to blow.
Yeah.
You can hear the Dixie Chicks more than you can hear Beyonce.
Well, but they all still did a great job. And I'm not complaining. And, you know, I'm Beyonce's lover. I'm her son. I'm not complaining. I really, and then you know, I do not like Daddy's Lesson.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that song. I said it before and I said it again. I just don't like it. But last night, watching Beyonce and the Dixie... Now, mind you, I've seen Beyonce perform that song live twice on the Formation Tour. Twice. And both times, I was just like, all right, yeah, next. But when I saw her perform it last night at the Country Music Awards with the Dixie Chicks, I loved the energy. I just love the fact that she wasn't doing the normal... Beyonce or the normal Daddy's Lesson routine.
She wasn't like the entertainer Beyonce.
Right. She was, I am with these women and these women are with me. And I love the fact how the Dixie Chicks, as they were on their stage, they all stayed at their mark. And Beyonce was the only one who didn't really have a mark, but yet she was singing. She would go to each one of them individually and sing.
Let me tell you what Beyonce did.
Beyonce
blended in with where she was at.
Yep.
She didn't just stand right there. Familiar with.
Yep.
She did exactly what them other girls did.
Yep. And I loved it. I just love the energy. I love the energy of the Dixie Chicks, the Beyonce, the whole crew on the stage. I just loved everything about that performance. And I also love the fact that Beyonce and the Dixie Chicks came together, a group and an entertainer who have been vilified by the right-wing conservative Republican Party. Beyonce for this year and Dixie Chicks
was a downfall of
years
Dixie
ago.
Chicks' career.
Yes, it was. It was a downfall.
It really, really was.
But I hope and pray that this performance last night was something that brought
that was
revitalized.
the first time they performed in a long time at the CMAs.
I love that, Kevin. I really did. Because both of these women, this group and Beyonce, they have been vilified by the right wing for so long now. It's like if you don't agree with what's going on, then somehow you're anti-cop. You know, Dixie Chicks got it bad when George Bush was president, when they would criticize him, and you know. But listen.
But didn't Beyonce sing at George Bush inauguration with Destiny Child?
I think it was back in his first one in 01.
They from Texas.
They did something, yeah. Then they were a part of that. But nobody remembers that. We don't even remember her. No, I'm just saying. When you think of Beyonce inauguration, you think about Barack.
I'm thinking about Atlanta.
You think about LA.
At last. And how Etta James ready to whoop her ass. Remember, Etta James was over her. How this bitch go up there and sing my song, and I've been singing this song for the last 80 years.
Well, remember, Etta James had Alzheimer's, so she knew about that.
And she knew what she was talking about.
She talking about her ass. She talking about her ass.
Etta James knew! Bitch, that's my song.
It was your song, but you weren't invited to sing it.
I've been singing this song for the last 80 years.
Who she should have got mad with. She should have got mad at the people who invited her. The Obamas.
I'm gonna kick that bitch in her ass.
Yeah, well.
Yes, Etta James.
She gonna do it.
You gonna go up there and sing my song.
Ask her to kick her ass now.
She's dead. And with God.
That's right.
That's the way I want to think.
Oh, yeah, that's, well, listen.
Etta James, at last.
She's up there singing,
Baby. Then the girls had another get mad at Brandy for singing At Last. I love Brandy's version.
in the bathroom, right?
No.
What? No, I'm not trying it. I'm just saying.
I know you're not. I know.
Because in the bathroom, she killed it.
Yes, she did.
She killed it.
She's singing that Ray J's Love and Hip Hop.
I don't watch Love and Hip Hop.
I started watching, then I stopped.
Yeah, because you know
what made me stop?
I don't watch
that. Goddamn Lyrica G and A1's mother.
Yeah, I don't watch
They both look rough as fuck. Y'all know y'all really like each other, but y'all acting on camera like y'all don't like each other.
Yeah, I don't watch.
Fuck that. It's too scripted, Mona.
Yeah, it's very scripted.
Mona, if you want to write scripts, I need a new script to show. Because this shit is not getting it no more.
Listen, I'm not in a relationship, so I'm going to keep my thoughts to myself about... Yeah.
Yo, I just think Beyonce did a beautiful job. They all did a great job. I think that they lowered her mic, or just that she had a mic in this chat. But It just
was great to see them. Had the crowd on their feet the whole thing. It was great to see them.
It was good to see Carrie Underwood again. For me, so somebody tried to comfort me last night. But I said, Carrie Underwood is one of the best singers from American Idol. And that I believe that Simon was right when he said she was going to be the most successful artist. And he wasn't lying. Because that was 11 years ago. She is the most successful artist. She sold more albums than anybody from the show. And she has more Grammys and Billboard Awards than anybody from the show. So she really is the most successful artist from the show. He's like, oh, you're reaching. So I was like, oh, bitch, let me go back. I had to pull out tweets from like 2011, 2012, 2013. Like, I really love Carrie Underwood. She is one of my favorites. Like, yes, we know Fantasia, Ruben, and Clay Kelly, and all of that stuff.
Carrie's the most successful one.
But Carrie was always for me, just like Fantasia. But I love Carrie because she was a country singer, and I was just so happy that she was like thriving in country music. And before he cheats, it's not a pop song. Bitch,
Carrie Underwood can sing. And it's not like she was one of those people, oh no, she only made it because she's white and country. No, she made it because she can sing. Like, she can sing and sing live.
Yes. And she did it last night.
Yes.
Because I was waiting for Beyonce to open up and she didn't.
And she did. But they knew what they were doing.
Oh yeah.
They wanted you to they wanted you to wait. Wait on the Lord, I say. Wait.
But you know, we're not, I don't know a lot of black people into country music. Now unless you're probably from down south, and I still don't even know the people I know from down south are into country music, but I can respect it. Something that I love about country music is that their music tell fucking stories about what be going on.
And country music artists, believe it or not, they all stick together.
Yeah. They will buy an album.
Yes, they will.
They will buy an album.
Okay.
So
that's why those country artists are so fucking successful. Living in them big houses.
And that's why they have a show that's been on for 50 years.
When Kizzy and Jingaboo still serving them iced tea and lemonade on the plantation in Nashville and Savannah. Those country artists are successful.
I'm muting my lips.
Can you imagine one of them with a housemaid?
A black one.
With an apron and a dress, and her name's Kizzy. Who would you do? Kizzy.
Ain't nothing I can do.
Kizzy. Get Master Kevin.
Wait, do maids even wear outfits still?
Depending on who they work for.
Because remember when we was at that person's house?
They didn't wear outfits. But he
fucking cooked that food down. He fucked that food.
Well, he was a chef. He wasn't no maid.
Oh, okay, well.
The maid served. But I'm just saying, if you went to one of them country stores' houses and they had somebody named Kizzy, and they said, Kizzy, get Master Kevin or something, would your antennas go up?
About it.
No, I'm saying, would your antennas go up when you hear Master Kevin? Because that means that you're saying master and boy and all that, or colored.
They're not talking like that. I hope not.
Or maybe the governor of Georgia.
They ain't been in the
governor of Georgia.
Yeah, Nathan Dill.
Yeah.
Color people for that advancement of color people.
That was my segue into the governor of Georgia.
Yes, he tried it. Let me tell you something. Ain't nobody still saying color in 2016. No. We are not doing that.
Unless you talk about the NAACP. And we don't even call it the National... What is it called again?
Hold up. The National Association for the Advancement of Colored People.
Yes. I don't know why I was about to say the National League or something.
You stick to them dead white presidents.
Baby, you better give me all the way together. You better stick to them dead white presidents.
Wait.
This is not your forte.
My camera said we out of time. But look, I had a dream about this. Oh my God. VH1 Divas Mariah Carey is coming back November the 5th with other 8+ singers. I want Beyonce and Destiny Child to do one because I don't ever remember them being there.
At the VH1
Divas. They need to do that. Come back.
And don't invite no Miley Cyrus, Ariana Grande. They're not divas to me.
This is a Christmas edition, so that means you must know how to sing.
Remember the 90s, early 2000s VH1 divas? You had Celine Dion,
Twain, Gloria Estefan,
Aretha Franklin, Patti LaBelle, Mariah Carey. Those women who knew how to sing. Okay? I'm still telling people to this day to look up that performance of Natural Woman of that. Natural Woman of that VH1 Diva when it was Aretha, Mariah, Celine, Gloria Estefan, the one that Aretha honored back in December at the Kennedy Center Honors. She was on the stage too with them. I mean, they all.
Carole King.
Yes, Carole King, and I think Shania Twain was up there too, if I'm not mistaken. Imagine all of those women. You think, wait, all of them up there singing this one song? Yes, and they fucking killed it. That was when Mariah was still in her prime of singing. Aretha Franklin was still up there singing. Okay, this is when Aretha Franklin was still big too. And I mean, she was up there. They all was up there singing, "You Make Me Feel like a Natural Fucking Woman." And trust me, baby, by the end of that last note, I felt like a natural fucking woman. And I dared anybody to tell me otherwise.
And that's how we're gonna end this video.
We're gonna end it that way because that's how I ended my
have a great weekend
that night.
If you can, some states you can register to vote as of this Saturday. Register to vote and then vote on Tuesday. If you can vote early, vote early. If you live in Philly, don't use SEPTA as no fucking crutch as to why you can't vote. You vote before work if you know you're not gonna be home after work. No fucking excuses. Because if Donald Trump is president, I have no choice but to accept it. But I ain't got to fucking live here. But I ain't got no choice but to accept it. Ain't nothing I can do. This shit ain't rigged. You know what happened? Your bitch ass didn't go out and vote. Well, excuse me, I'm going to edit that out. You didn't go out and vote. You stayed at home and you used an excuse. Trump should not win the states of Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Florida. Fuck the other states. Those are the main states he shouldn't be winning. And if you win them, it's because you didn't go out and vote. I don't give a fuck if you're enthusiastic about voting for Hillary Clinton, bitch. Take your ass to the polls and vote. Do you want him in the White House? Do you really want him in there? Because if you sit your ass at home and don't vote, that's what's going to happen. So I'm out of this one.
And one more thing before we close. I have a GoFundMe link on my Instagram page that I would like for you guys to go check out. It is a fundraiser that I'm doing for my church. Last year, with the help of Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, I was able to raise $1,500 for our friends and family.
I'm about to say, you raised that already?
No,
you said last year.
Well, not even last year. This year, back in May, I was able to raise $1,500 with the help of YouTube, Instagram. So thank you all for that. Okay? This year, as last year, I am the chairman of Friends and Family Day again, which we had a wonderful time. Kevin can tell you, he was there. There were quite a few of our viewers who had came and they enjoyed themselves. And the food we had catered. It was a great time. So all. Is it recording?
Yeah, hold on. All right, go ahead.
Okay, so the camera had died. So yeah, so as I was saying, we had a great time. I was able to raise $1,500 with the help of you guys. So thank you so much. This year, I am the chairman once again for Friends and Family Day, and I am the committee itself. Is asking everyone who can, if you can donate to our GoFundMe account. We're trying to raise the GoFundMe account. I have as $1,000. If I can reach that $1,000, I will hire it until I can reach whatever it is that I can reach. But last year, as a whole, the church was able to raise $3,700 with the help of you guys and with the help of the donations that were brought in from different friends and different family members of members, and then the fundraisers we had. So we were really blessed back in May with our Friends and Family Day. This year I have a goal that I'm trying to meet of $5,000. I would like us, the church, to bring in $5,000. Now, those of you who know about my church or who have been there, you know that we are not a big congregation at all. We're not that large. We're not a mega church. So yes, we need help when it comes to finances. Now, we don't need help like, oh my God, our doors are about to close. No, but we do need a little push. And with the help of God, our doors have continued and remained open for the past 92 years. Thank you, Lord. But this Friends and Family Day, we're trying to reach our goal of $5,000, and I'm asking anyone who can donate, if you could click that link in my bio on my Instagram page.
I'm going to put it on here too.
Now, I'm not asking you to donate $10,000, $1,000, whatever. Hell, even if you can just donate $1.
You can't donate $1, but I'm gonna challenge our viewers.
Oh.
One viewer each. Donate $5. If you can donate
$1.
You can't donate $1. Donate $5. Now that's 200 viewers. If they donated $5, you will hit $1,000.
Just like that. Right. Just like that.
So let's see.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what you about to say.
No. You're right. You're right. You're right.
So let's see how many people can donate $5 this weekend.
This weekend.
Just $5. Nothing else. Just $5.
I had somebody who donated $200 in one day today.
I remember.
Remember that? I got that email and I was just like, I almost cried at work. I was like, oh my God, somebody just sent me $200 for my church. I was so happy. I was so happy. I was so happy every time I got $5 from somebody, because it was like somebody took the time out to donate to it. So listen, you may see me post it on my Facebook or on my Instagram from time to time. If you can, please click the link. I would rather you donate than click like and not donate. Does that make sense? That makes sense.
I want y'all to click like so people can find our videos. But
no, not on this video. I meant if I post it, if I post
like
to donate,
Instagram,
then it's like, because that like that you're hitting that, it ain't gonna get no donation. So I donate. So yes, that's.
If you can donate, please donate.
Yes.
And if you can't, that's fine.
That's fine too. But those of you who can, thank you.
Yeah, and it's always still free to come to Friends and Family Day.
That's right.
May
because if you read them, May 21st, 2017, and you'll see all the information when you click on the GoFundMe link in my bio. You'll see everything.
I had a good time this year. Hopefully, I get an award.
An award? I'm surprising someone else with one this year too, and it's going to be really nice. I like that. I thought of that earlier this year because I surprised one of the mothers. She was really shocked and she started crying. And the following Sunday, she pulled me to the side. She said, "Makael, I had no idea that you were going to do that." And I said, "Well, Mother Pants, and you weren't supposed to know. It was a surprise."
She got up there and talked too.
Yeah, she did. Because she can. She can talk.
Yeah, she left them know. I forgot what she said, but she left them know.
Yes. I ain't gotta. What she said? I ain't gotta like you, but I love you.
But yeah. So we're gonna go. You have a good weekend. Be safe, and if you can vote early, go and vote early. Don't wait till the 8th, because there's going to be a lot of people in those lines, and those lines are going to be ridiculous. But if Trump is elected, ain't nothing we can do. It's not rigged. It's because you didn't vote. Remember that. Right. We out.
Bye.
Over and out.
Over and fucking out.